there, and welcome to the world of Borealis. That's me. I'm based in England. I'm northern as hell, if you couldn't already tell by this delightful accent, and I'm a solo game developer and musician. Here's a bit about me and what I do. I distinctly remember being taken to buy my first games console when I was about 5 years old. It was a 1995 Play It Loud edition of the original Game Boy. I picked the red one, by the way, and the game that came with it, the first game I ever played, was Super Mario Land. That kickstarted a love of games that's lasted my entire life, and I've come to love all sorts of games, including the highly versatile world of visual novels. I've always been a massive bookworm, so the idea of playing a game that was a story where you control what happens next, and having multiple endings to explore as well, that was just perfect to me. Also, I'm super cool, so the first visual novel I ever played was like really niche. You've probably never heard of it. It was Katawa Shoujo. I'm sorry for being predictable, I just stumbled across it one day and the rest is history. I spent my whole childhood writing stories, and playing Katawa Shoujo just made me think, could I do this? So I downloaded Game Engine and just started fumbling around. And eventually it turned into the first ever Borealis game, Venus Improbable Dream. It was meant to be a one-time project, just to say that I'd done something new and semi-successfully pulled it off. But thanks to some networking and a few strokes of luck, things sort of took off, and I kind of thought, you know what? I'm gonna do this full time. So here I am, several games later, busting my ass as a humble solo dev and enjoying the hell out of it. So, what kind of games do I make? My visual novels are varied in tone. We have emotional, heartwarming stories, dating sims, Victorian mysteries, murderous horrors, but all of them share a common theme, which is mental health and self-empowerment. Whether it's finding your own personal power, overcoming fears and anxiety, beating depression, or facing your inner demons in order to become a better person. I want all of my games to show some sort of representation and solidarity for people who struggle with things like this. When people play my games, I want them to feel reassured that it's okay to not be okay, and that there's a huge silver lining to their situation and they have the power to find it. Also, you can make out with hot chicks and accidentally kill people. What's not to love? We've got emotional, heartwarming moments and moral conundrums. It's comforting and entertaining. Comfortaining. Copyright Borealis 2025. Another offshoot of this creativity is my soundtrack composition. I've always been obsessed with music, and naturally I made the soundtracks to my own games and then thought, maybe I could help other people get the perfect soundtrack to theirs too. That's right, you can hire Borealis to give your game a badass soundtrack. I'm happy to write in most musical styles, but I'd say my favourites are emotional piano pieces, rock instrumentals, lo-fi style beats, and get this, remember that Game Boy I bought when I was 5? That's an instrument now. I create legit 8-bit chiptune on a modded 1989 Game Boy, which is so fun, and it takes us right back to those 90s bleeps and bleeps we all love so much. And that's me. I make stuff, I love doing it, and whether you're playing one of my games or hiring me for a soundtrack, I hope you have an awesome experience. Bye!